Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So payments worth around $2,000 are going to be arriving tomorrow for certain beneficiaries of Social Security. We're going to be going over who is going to be eligible to receive those payments. Plus, one Democrat is coming out and saying that she is sick and tired of everyone talking about Biden being too old to be president and running once again for re-election this year. So we're going to be going over those statements. And so far, the IRS is saying that the tax refunds are much slower this year than what they were in previous years. So we are going to be going over that as well. But before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $9,000 in free stocks or $9,000 in free cash, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Webull. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then deposit at least 1 penny. At that point, Webull will be sending you at least 3 free stocks worth once again all the way up to $9,000. And if you do not want to invest at this point in time and you'd rather just have the cash, all you have to do is once you receive those free stocks is just sell them for what they're worth and then transfer the cash value right back to your bank account. Okay, so diving right into our lead story of today's video, of course, that is tax season this year. Once again, the deadline is the middle of April, and so far, some people have actually already been receiving their tax refunds. If they were in there filing early, let me know in the comment section below if you've already filed your tax returns and how your refunds are looking so far. But right now, the IRS is saying that on average, they are just a little bit lower than what they were in last year's returns. So according to The Sun, the average return by February 2nd, 2024 was $1,395, much slower than the $1,963 average by the same time last year. The agency released the data last week and was quick to note that the 2023 tax season started earlier than the 2024 season. That means 7 fewer days in the 2024 cumulative data than the 2023 data, skewing the numbers. They also say that there are other factors that could be suppressing the average refund amount. Those applying for certain tax credits are required to wait until February to get their payments. That means some of the larger refunds, like those for people getting a child tax credit or earned income tax credit, have yet to be processed. And while hundreds of millions of Americans await their tax refund payouts from Uncle Sam, state governments are also doling out cash. A myriad of state tax exemptions and rebates are offering money to residents. Some states like New York, for example, offer their own versions of the child tax credit. In Vermont, the state recently expanded its credit program, allowing those without a Social Security number to benefit. So once again, let me know in the comment section below if you've already filed your taxes, how your refunds are looking, and if you expect them to be around the same as last year, lower, or perhaps even higher. Now, speaking of Social Security, of course, tomorrow there are going to be checks arriving for certain beneficiaries of right around close to $2,000, $1,900 on average, with some people receiving quite a bit more and some people receiving even less than that amount. So once again, according to The Sun, COLA beneficiaries who have birthdays between the 11th and 20th of any given month can expect their payments this Wednesday, which is going to be tomorrow, February 21st. Those who have a birthday after the 21st of the month will see their cash on February 28th, which is going to be next Wednesday per the full schedule. Qualifiers who were born between the 1st and 10th of the month already received their check last Wednesday on February 14th. Meanwhile, the maximum payout amount for 2024 is $4,873 per month, and the average amount paid to recipients each month is $1,907. This year's payments are $58 higher on average than last year's amount, and of course that is thanks to the cost of living adjustment, which was quite a bit lower than what it was in the previous year of 8.7%. And next year in 2025 is expected to go even lower, closer to 2%, and possibly no COLA at all, but it probably will be right around 2% as inflation isn't really going down tremendously. It seem like it's not going up as near of a big of a pace as it has been in previous years. Definitely not going to be the 8.7% next year like it was a couple of years ago, and it's probably going to be a little bit lower than 3%. I expect there to be some type of COLA but not going to be nearly as high as it has been over the past few years. Now, meanwhile, we have a lot of people talking about Joe Biden's age. Is he too old to be president? Is he too old to be running for re-election? Because remember, he's gonna, if he does win, if he does beat Donald Trump or whoever he happens to be running against, which more than likely is going to be Donald Trump, he's going to have 4 more years in office. And if at that point in time he does decide to step down, of course, right now his vice president, Kamala Harris, would be taking over for him. So are voters okay with Kamala Harris taking the reign from Joe Biden if Joe Biden runs into any type of health issues between 2024 and 2028? Are they okay with Kamala Harris being the president of the United States? Because basically a vote for Joe Biden is also a vote for Kamala Harris, because she would be the one indeed to take over for Biden if Biden did have to step down. And we have one Democrat very upset with these comments about his age, being like, look, I've talked to Joe Biden. He seems fine to me. Let's go ahead and watch the clip.
And I also am sick and tired of everybody talking about his age. When you look at the age of Donald Trump, which is only a couple of years younger, who's got 91 felony accounts against him and goes on rants that make no sense. The one that he did a week ago Saturday night.
Would you acknowledge, though, that President Trump presents as somebody that is fully with it, that has all the energy, despite the age? And we all know that people age at a different rate.
Look, I've been with him. Yes, I can tell you. When I spent 8 hours with him, you know me, Dana, I had very direct, blunt conversation about every issue there was to discuss in Michigan. He was engaged fully on it, and we had very intense conversations.
So let me know in the comment section below, do you believe that Joe Biden is too old to be the current president of the United States? And once again, age doesn't necessarily have anything to do with it. You can be 100 years old and you can be extremely sharp, or you could be maybe 60 years old and, you know, not be, I guess, mentally fit to be president. Let's go ahead and take a look at the recent polling data, though. And right now, it's pretty much a toss-up. On average, Trump is leading by 1.1 points, but really that could go either way. We have one poll, the Quinnipiac poll down there at the bottom, where Biden actually leads by 6 points. Then we have a poll by NBC News where Trump leads by 5 points. So really, things could go either way. In recent years, where Hillary Clinton faced off versus Donald Trump, Donald Trump was supposed to lose. If you looked at the polling, of course, Donald Trump ended up winning, and then in the last election, Biden was supposed to win by a lot more, and he ended up not winning by nearly as much. So usually, you know, the polling kind of doesn't do as well for Trump, where Trump actually does better than the polling, whereas Biden seems to do worse than polling. So if Trump is winning by 1 point in the polling, he's probably really winning by, let's say, 3 or 4 points in real life. But things can certainly change. We're still quite a ways from the election, which is going to be held in November of this year. And just a quick update on Trump's GoFundMe for his $355 million fine in the state of New York. So far, they are up to $601,732. And among the biggest donors, we have an anonymous donation for $10,000. We have another one for $5,000 and one for $3,000. So pretty amazing what people are willing to spend for the former president of the United States. They're willing to spend, one person there once again at $10,000. That's quite a big donation. Again, let me know your thoughts in comments below on all of the situation, Trump's lawsuit, the fine that he has to pay in New York, $355 million. Do you believe that's fair? $355 million plus being barred from doing any business in the state of New York for 3 years. Let me know your thoughts in comments below, but that's all we have for today's video. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.